Buying these tickets was the most stressful situation of my life. I don't think I've ever typed that fast in my entire life, and I used to take IGCSE ICTs. Like, I think I met this my obsession for the past 4 days, and clearly it worked out. The minute The Weeknd announced this tour on his Instagram, I was there within the first 10 minutes of that post being up. I reposted that post. I don't know why I reposted it, but I did. And I immediately went into the link in bio and I was like, I have to register for pre-sale. I have never done a pre-sale, so I don't know how pre-sale works. I was just like, you know what? People are always like, pre-sale, your chances are higher of getting tickets. I was like, I have to get these tickets. So let me sign up for pre-sale. But the thing is, he's not coming to flipping Denmark. For some reason, he forgot about us. But he is coming to Amsterdam. But the thing is, I'm not here when he's in Amsterdam. So I was like, my best bet is I'm gonna be in Denmark. Sweden, that's a 1 hour train ride. We're going to Sweden. And so I texted my friend and I was like, bro, do you want to go to the Weeknd concert? And she was like, yeah. She was like, I don't care the price. Like, just tell me just tell me how much and I'll transfer you money. I was like, okay, bet. We're going to the Weeknd. And when I registered with my email, it just said, yeah, confirmed. But I had a feeling, like I had a good feeling that I used the wrong email. And so I was like, let me try with my second email. And I logged in with my second email and I did get a confirmation. And I was like, you know what? Let me just do it with all 6 of my emails. But I think they caught on to the IP address or something because they wouldn't let me sign up for the same date with any of my other emails. I go onto TikTok, I'm like, how do pre-sales work? Like, I've never experienced one. And so I started watching a bunch of different videos of how pre-sales work, how you're supposed to receive a code and a link. And I'm like, okay, bet. Okay, that makes sense, right? So I added it to my calendar for Wednesday and then generals on Friday in case I failed Wednesday. Turns out I messed up the date. The pre-sale was on Tuesday. And how I found this out was through a TikTok comment section, I think Saturday night. And I was like, thank goodness for my TikTok addiction, because if I wasn't on TikTok, I wouldn't have known this. And so I had to ask my mom because obviously the tickets are expensive and I am broke with no job. So is my friend. So my friend asked her dad and her dad was like, sure, I'll pay for the tickets as long as you pay me back when you get a job. So I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna have to do the same thing with my parents too. And I told my mom and she was like, who's this artist? She's like, why is he called The Weeknd? I was like, don't worry about it. Like, just, can I go? Monday comes and suddenly my whole FYP page is, have you received the pre-sale code yet? No, I haven't. Have you? And I'm like, what? People are already receiving? We're supposed to receive them today? I'm getting ready for bed yesterday. Like, I turned off the light. I'm about to put my phone on charger. But for some reason, I was on TikTok. Oh yes, I was on TikTok because I watch ASMR. I just opened TikTok and the first video that loads is a girl saying, oh my gosh, I just got my pre-sale code. Can't wait to win this war. I go through the comments. Everyone's like, yeah, I just got my code. I'm like, no, which is the first one that I signed up with. That is the one that is saved to Instagram, so it automatically filled it. And I go through my normal primary inbox, there's no code. I go through my promotions, there's no code, and I'm like, what the hell? Why does everyone have a code and I don't? Like, why not me? Not to sound pick me, but like, why not me? Why not? I go into my second one and I actually see the code. I'm like, okay, bet. And so now I turn on all the lights and I log back into my laptop and I open the page and I leave my laptop open and I go to sleep. Fast forward to Tuesday, which is today, the day we're filming this. I woke up at 6 and I had my laptop open since then. It was just the countdown open and my laptop connected to the charger. So around 8, desperate times call for desperate measures. I went into ChatGPT and I was like, how can I win this Ticketmaster war? And what ChatGPT told me, like what technically kind of helped me, they were like, have 2 devices logged in, obviously, but 2 different accounts. And so I was on my laptop, which is connected to Wi-Fi, and I had a new account on there. And then on my phone, I turned off Wi-Fi and used my mobile data so that they wouldn't have the same IP address. So I set off both devices next to each other. Here are the pictures. And I was just camping there for the last remaining hour, just camping there. Bear in mind, I've said I've been logged in on my laptop since last night. My laptop was in queue at 10,000 something. My phone, which I logged into an hour before pre-sale starts, gets 2,000. I do not use the Ticketmaster app because the app lags. Like, use browser. Like, if there's one thing you take away from this, use your browser. Your browser is gonna work the best, not the Ticketmaster app. That's gonna lag and slow you down. And I think within 5 minutes or 10, I was in the front of the queue, and I found out it was my time to buy them. And as I click confirm, it says these tickets have been bought. I'm like, what the hell? And then I have to go back and I choose, and I managed to get across the stage. And so I click confirm and it actually works. And I enter in my details. Like, I wrote down the pre-sale codes the night before on a sticky note and I put it up on the wall. I also put down all the banking details on a sticky note so that it was right in front of my vision, so that I wouldn't have to start looking for stuff. Like, I wanted to be prepared, and I was prepared. But we beat the war. We beat the war. Like, the amount of happiness I felt, like, I don't think I've ever felt this happy in a long time. Like, the amount of relief as well. It's like a burden is like off your shoulders. Like, and all this over a concert to see some guy sing, but it's not just some guy, but still, all this just to see someone sing. Like, low-key, what are we doing with our lives? Imagine explaining all this to a Victorian child. I've been up since 6 just to get concert tickets. Like, is it ever really that deep? But I guess it was. But I won, so